Hey guys, before this video begins, I just want to say thank you for choosing to watch this. I've spent so much time putting it together, so I really hope you enjoy it. So without further ado, make sure you subscribe if you enjoy, and let's get into this. People love saying that WWE 2K19 is the best WWE 2K game. Is that true? I was scrolling through my Steam library and decided we're going to take a look back at this fan favorite and see just how good it is by comparing it to the latest entry in the series, 2K24. I won't be talking about the story modes in these games. I could come up with some excuse for this, but nah, it's just, I don't feel like playing through them. Overall though, I think I prefer 2K19's way of doing a story mode more than the modern My Rise, even if it's a bit more linear. Anyway, let's get into this. Loading right in, and oh my god! Who thought this bright ass screen was gonna be appealing to look at? For real though, stripping away everything and just looking at this main menu, it boggles my mind that these developers designed this menu and said, yeah, that looks good. It's like this was designed before the invention of dark mode, even though previous titles like 2K17 had a similar approach and layout, but in a dark mode sort of vibe. But moving past the menus, because the UI, while hard on the eyes, still has a decent layout, and I don't want to be nitpicking when the meat and potatoes of this is going to be gameplay and features, so let's dive straight into this. Man, can I just say, the menu loading in and the first person I see being Rusev, wearing a Happy Rusev Day shirt, that hit me right in the heart. That was such an amazing gimmick that never got to go anywhere, and it's kinda crazy that I feel nostalgic for something not even all that long ago. This game has just about all the standard matches you'd expect in a wrestling game, besides recent additions to the series such as War Games, Cascade, and Ambulance matches. But I'm gonna be real with you guys, I might get hate for saying this. Other than War Games, I don't really care about those matches and think the time used to make them should have been used on other parts of the game, like Universe Mode for example. But that's a rant for another time. It's been a good 4 years since I've touched this game. I'm not gonna lie, the roster's pretty good. We're missing some key players in today's time period, but I don't think the 2K devs had a time machine to check if Cody would be coming back in 2022. And of course, with each 2K game, the roster only expands that much more, so the rosters are another part I'm gonna gloss over. We're going to be doing Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens at the WrestleMania 30 arena across both games, just so we have that common factor reference point to draw from. As the match starts, I was just recording the entrances to compare, but within 10 seconds of Roman Reigns' entrance starting, Kevin Owens does a run-in, attacking me to start off the match. I completely forgot this can even happen, and it was a pleasant surprise, even if I missed my initial attack trying to defend myself. Then, as the match actually begins, I won't lie, it felt better than I was expecting. It's definitely a slower pace than 2K24, but it felt very natural playing through this match, and I'm gonna be honest, I think I might prefer the control scheme we have here in 2K19 over the one that we have with the current controls in 2K24. One thing I want to bring up is the challenge of this game, which I'll go into a bit more detail once we get over to 2K24, but you can see in this footage, Kevin Owens does not want me getting move after move in. He manages to reverse quite often, which honestly made the match more challenging and added a bit more realism. Also, I guess we should address the elephant in the room being the graphical downgrade, which should be expected comparing a 2018 game to a 2024 game. Honestly, it's not even that bad. I felt like I remembered the graphics being a lot worse, but this game actually isn't too bad. Yeah, it's a bit more cartoony, but I think it works for itself. One thing's for sure though, is the arenas in 2K19 look so so bad compared to what we have now. Now back to this match. I thought I was getting close to winning, and out of nowhere, Braun Strowman runs down, attacking me from behind, and cashes in Money in the Bank, turning this one-on-one between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns into a triple threat. And guys, this was epic. I was so astounded that this happened after never seeing events like this occur in the past few 2K games. My jaw dropped. At this point, I got nervous I wouldn't be able to pick up the win. There was some really close calls with Kevin Owens almost pinning me, and there was this super cool moment where I went to spear Kevin Owens, but Braun got in the way and took the spear instead, allowing Kevin the chance to attack me before inevitably I come out on top, retaining the Universal title. That match was a lot of fun to play. I wasn't expecting the initial entrance run-in, and I wasn't expecting the AI to cash in Money in the Bank on me. I haven't seen either of those things while playing 2K24, which is a shame. Maybe they are in there and I've just gotten unlucky. But yeah, 2K19 one-on-one was a ton of fun. Now let's go over to 2K24 and see what it's like over there. I don't want to spend too much time on 2K24 since it's obviously the most recent entry, and more than likely if you're watching this, you've seen the main menu of 24 before. Yeah, it's nice. Definitely better than the flashbang they throw at you in 2K19. No entrance run-ins this time around, but man, just look at that arena. 2K24's graphics are amazing, and the size of the arenas make it that much more impactful. Getting into the match? Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a match. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest here. Playing 2K19 back-to-back with 2K24 really showed me how uninspired the newer games are. One of the things I actually forgot 2K added was the back-and-forth punch mechanics. But maybe it's just because I suck with timing in this game for some reason, but this feature is more annoying than it is a fun addition. Also, it happened twice. Like, it happening once, that's fine. But why did it have to happen twice? That was just off-putting. I was expecting to go into this with the idea that 2K19 was nowhere near as good as I remember, but no, man, I think 2K19 has way better gameplay. The main issue I found with 24 was that it was easy. It was far too easy. I played 2K19 on normal difficulty and had a really tough time. I played this on hard, and Kevin Owens barely got any offense in, barely reversed throughout the whole match, which, looking back at 2K19, the match I had there was so much more fun and felt like an actual challenge. Circling back to my earlier point, 2K19 offered a more back-and-forth gameplay, whereas in 2K24, felt like a more arcadey beat-em-up. Is that accurate? I don't know, man. I'm just some idiot ranting about a 6-year-old game. Another thing I wanted to compare between these games is a fan-favorite match type that has been butchered over the years. The backstage brawl. Do you guys remember the earlier days of WWE games where backstage brawl matches were insanely interactable and explorable? 2K has never really gotten an amazing interpretation of this, but in the earlier 2K games, I remember them having a unique backstage brawl that had a decent amount of interactability, at least compared to what we have now. Okay, backstage brawl time. .2K19 offers you so many different interactable areas, some of which being the rooms you're able to break into, the first being a locker room, and the other being a general manager's office, which I believe can either be Triple H or Stephanie standing there. We got Stephanie this time, and you can see in this footage, I tried not once, but twice to do the OMG moment onto the table on KO, because I really wanted to get footage of it for this video, but he kept reversing, and then this happened. Yeah, he gave me the table powerbomb. Honestly, I wasn't even mad. I also love the different weapons you're able to grab, like the briefcase. There's a lot more to this backstage brawl, but I hit KO with the spear, actually collapsing the table behind him and ending the match. Overall though, this backstage brawl is a ton of fun, and exploring it is always a good time. Moving on to 2K24, you're actually able to select where you spawn in this one, so I chose the elevated position, and the huge selling point for backstage brawls was interactability. Well, what interactability do they have? Well, we got elevators. Take it or leave it. For real, man, why is that the only thing that they added? I think you can also get soda cans from a vending machine, but like, I don't know, both of those features just come off as lazy to me. Also, I don't know if I was just doing something wrong or what, but I could not for the life of me throw KO off this catwalk. I don't know if I was doing it wrong or if it just doesn't let you. I tried in 2 different areas, but just couldn't make it happen. Kinda lame. We then climbed down and climbed onto these crates or whatever in the center of the backstage area, and I hit not 1, not 2, but 3 spears and a Superman punch or 2 on KO up here. And he kept getting up. Can you not win while standing up there? Or is KO just insanely powerful in backstage brawls? And if you can't win up there, why? Because we got down and I hit a spear and it ended instantly. So what's the difference? I don't get it. If I'm standing up there, there's no winning animation. The match just goes straight into the options upon winning, so I don't get why you're limited as to where you're able to win the match. Just, strange choices. Oh yeah, by the way, Universe Mode is practically the exact same in both of these games, some of the key differences being 2K24 not having promos or callouts and 2K19 not having choosable cutscenes. Which the funny part about that is, almost all of the cutscenes in 24 are from 2K19, so I mean, if we just merge 2K19's promos and callouts with the cutscene selector that we have in 2K24, I think we'd have a really solid Universe Mode. Overall, the answer is yes, 2K19 is just as good, if not better than you remember it being. This may sound wild to some people, but I honestly could see myself loading up 2K19 rather than 24 next time I'm in the mood for a wrestling game. I can genuinely say with no bias, 2K19 offered me a way more fun time than 2K24. Now, what does this say about 24? I think it's pretty simple. They need to go back to what made 2K19 so loved. The mix of difficulty and fun. The freedom within game interactability, the feeling of not ever knowing what can happen next. If 2K25 were to pull inspiration from 2K19, I could see it becoming a great new addition to the series. I just don't know if 2K cares enough about what's fun when making money off my faction seems to be their only goal with these games. Anyway, that was my comparison of 2K19 and 2K24. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, hit that like button. It helps a ton. Subscribe. As always, I'm Blake Marrow, and I'll catch you next time.